I've now described the present state of the world. The animated beings that exist within these regions are just as worthy of our consideration. But perhaps the human mind cannot encompass so vast a subject. India possesses many wonders. Megasthenes has provided accounts of the country. He claims there is a race living on an Indian mountain called Nulo who have inverted feet with 8 toes on each foot.
Oh, I'll show you. I need to get rid of my... Oh, look, inverted feet. Nulo, inverted feet with 8 toes in each. But listen, I mean, it sounds silly, but couldn't that be a descendant of the Nephilim? To make it clear, hold on, oh God, who did paranormal investigations always turn lights off? Or why did paranormal investigators always turn the lights off? Why would ghosts or whatever care if the room is dark? That's true. That shows how fake it is, old Catholic. That shows how fake it is. Because it's to do with the ambience. They're making I hate the word atmosphere. They're making an ambience, not an atmosphere. Yeah, they're making an ambience, a type of atmo in the place for people, to set the mood, basically. You know what I mean? So yeah, that shows where the deception lies. You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Why would the ghost care if it's dark or light? You're absolutely right. That's for the physical side. You know what I mean? That's for us. That's for our benefit, not for the ghosts. So yeah, it's deceit. It's deceit. But yeah, there you go. Inverted feet, 8 toes. Could be descendants of the Nephilim.
On other mountains, there are a tribe of men who have dog heads. These men clothe themselves in the skins of wild beasts. Instead of speaking, they bark, and since they have claws, they live by hunting and catching birds.
Ah, dog-headed men. I've seen plenty of them. Plenty of rat-headed men as well.
Another description of these dog-headed men comes from an account by Theseus, the Greek physician to the Persian king. Theseus claims that this race has a population of more than 12.
That's it. Night. Oh, wrong one. Night vision is much creepier than regular. Yeah, exactly. And it makes it creepy. It's to set the mood, isn't it? Doesn't matter how many. They just beat this out of the room for being... Yeah, true.
1,000. Theseus also says that there is a race in India with women who only become pregnant.
I had a few ass-headed men. Nice.
Once in their lifetime. The hair of their children becomes white soon after they are born. Theseus also writes about another race of men in India known as the Monocoli.
Oh, the Monocle, the one-legged dude. Oh, do you know something? I used to think of things like that when I was a kid. I used to think of these things. Well, it shows where it comes from. Mine's a kid's. I used to think of that, of a man hopping along with one leg. But, I mean, how does he reproduce? Oh, with his hoof? With his foot?
These people have only one leg.
Have you ever seen people like this, Ben?
No, unless they've had an amputation.
Yeah, but I mean, one hip.
No, you don't have one hip.
Even an amputee's got 2 hips.
What do you do? Hop along?
Yes, absolutely. The Monocle.
But are able to leap with surprising agility. Another Indian population is called the Shadowfoots. This is because they lie on their backs and use the shade of their feet to protect themselves from the extreme heat of the sun. Theseus claims that this population...
There you go, look. I mean, look, ass in the air, so he gets a tan on his butt. But at least he doesn't get a tan on his face. That's a good thing to have feet that big. Brilliant. And it's a good posture to have. Good for your back, I hear. Good for your back.
Population lives near the troglodytes, and further west, there are a tribe without necks who have eyes in their shoulders.
Oh, aye. He's a bonny looking guy, ain't he? He's got eyes in his shoulders and a nose in his chest. Wow, dude.
Well, at least he's got 2 legs, though.
Well, at least he's got 2 legs, aye. But I mean, just can you imagine his poor girlfriend having to kiss him, though? She's got to kiss his chest. Like, where's your head going, son? Where's your head at, man? Where's your head?
Tauron describes another Indian race called the Coromandel.
Mike says, what the neck? Oh, nice, nice.
They live in the woods and have no proper voice. Instead, they cry out in a frightful screech. Their bodies are covered in hair, their eyes are a sea green colour, and their teeth are dog-like. Eudoxus claims that in the southern parts of India, the men have feet a cubit long, but the women have feet that are so tiny they're called strathopodes, or sparrow feet. I guess then he says that there
Strathopodes. Strathopodes means sparrow feet. Nice. Nice.
are also nomads in India called the Siriti. These people have holes in their faces instead of nostrils and flexible feet that can move like the body of a
Oh, squid men, octopus men, but just with two. At least he's kind of biped to a certain degree. He just doesn't stand up with it. Yeah, good looking guy.
serpent. At the eastern extremity of India, near the source of the Ganges, there is a nation called the Astomi. These people have no mouths. Their bodies are rough and hairy, and they cover themselves with a soft material plucked from the leaves of trees. The Astomi gain sustenance by breathing in odours through their open nostrils. They do not require meat or drink, and when they undertake a long journey, they carry only wild roots, flowers, and fruit, which they consume by smell. However, a powerful smelling odour could cause them instant death. It is said that there are other races beyond these people, existing at the very edge of the Himalayan mountains. These are the Trispithami and the Pygmies.
So that dude just he got his sustenance by smell, by the aromas of things. Lovely.
The two races do not exceed 3 spans or about 27 inches in height. They live in a healthy environment, irrigated by a perpetual spring, while the mountains shelter their habitat from the northern winds.
Nice.
Indeed, these are the people that Homer describes as waging war against the cranes. It is said that every spring they ride down to the seashore on the backs of rams and goats. Armed with arrows, they destroy the eggs and chicks of the birds. The expedition lasts 3 months, but the action allows them to control the increasing multitudes of cranes. It's said
These little big tentacles. I'm sure they do.
that their houses are built of mud mixed with feathers and eggshells. Depending on their background, it took roughly 4 to 12 months to train a gladiator, and their contracts lasted 5 years. Unfortunately, many of them didn't reach the end of their contracts. Luckily, modern careers and lives last longer. Indeed, on average, you have roughly 80,000 hours in your career, and so how can you spend that wisely? Ideally, not having to fight rhinos. 80,000 Hours has sponsored this video, and they are a non-profit that helps people find a fulfilling career that all
Get past the sponsor. Recent relevant steps. That's probably part of the sponsor. Sponsor.
publishes is based on careful consideration of the best evidence they can find on the topic. They have a website with tons of collected experts about the world's.
There we go.
The Sarmatians and the Essidones occupy lands leading to the Azov Sea. The Rhipaean Mountains exist to the north of these people, in a region called the Torophorus. Feather-like snow continually falls in this part of the world. The region is condemned by nature and has been plunged into dense darkness, subject only to frosts.
Frosts?
But even beyond this, there is said to be a race
Bit like where I'm from, in Fraserburgh. Frosty.
called the Hyperboreans. The Hyperboreans are a contented people who are said to
Hyperboreans, I wonder if they're exaggerators.
live to extreme old age and are famous for legendary wonders. These Hyperboreans occupy the extreme
Look at
limits of the
that.
Earth.
Look at that, eh? Nice. Seen this before, haven't we?
The sky is said to pivot around their territory, so they will witness the full revolutions of the stars. They receive
Look at that. Yeah, see the stars revolving there. Yeah, And why would you
by
think?
the
why would you
extreme
think-
limits of the Earth. The sky is said to pivot around their territory, so they will witness the full
Why would you think that it's you moving? You look at that. Why would you actually think you're on in your frame of reference? Why would you think you're moving?
revolutions of the stars. They
Why?
receive 6 months of daylight when the sun is never absent from view. Any authorities who locate the Hyperboreans in a region with 6 months of daylight say that for them, they sow in the morning, reap at midday, and pluck the fruit from the trees when they experience sunset. Then they retreat into their grottos to endure the long night of winter. Hyperboreans live in woods and groves. They worship several gods in large congregations. Their society does not know discord or sorrow, and death comes to them only when they have obtained an overabundance of life.
Oh, I
When this
see.
occurs, they hold a banquet, affirm their old age with a celebration, then leap from a certain rock into the sea.
Ah,
They think that this is the most blissful form of burial.
nice.
Some authorities have located the Hyperboreans
That's the most blissful form of burial. I wouldn't call that burial. I'd call it being submerged in water while it's being dead.
not in Europe, but on the northern coast of Asia. This is because there is an Asiatic people who share their customs and occupy a similar location. Other authorities have located the Hyperboreans somewhere midday between
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is that globe proof, guys? Is that globe proof? Oh, it must be. It must be.
the position where the sun disappears at sunset in the Antipodes and reappears at our sunrise. But this is impossible, because an enormous expanse of sea exists between these positions. It is not possible to doubt the existence of the Hyperboreans. Many authorities record that they regularly sent the first fruits of their harvests to the Greek sanctuary at Delos. They present these offerings to Apollo, who they revere and worship above other gods. The gifts used to be brought by highly venerated virgins who spent years
Hey, guys.
Hey, how
How
are you
you
doing?
doing, you guys?
Nice to see you and hear you.
See you, man. Did see it.
making the journey, received and protected by
Okay.
various nations on their route to Greece. But the tradition ended when this good faith was violated. The Hyperboreans therefore began a new custom and deposited their offerings at the nearest frontiers of neighboring peoples. A succession of different peoples passed these items on to adjoining communities until the offerings finally reached Delos. But later on, this practice too passed out of use.
You are already long on, huh? 2.5 hours. Nice.
What? What?
2.5 hours already. You're on streaming.
I've been
Nice.
on 2.5 hours. Yeah, I'm just finished. I'm not long for finishing. I'm just finishing this video, and then I'll be playing out with music. There's about 10 minutes left.
Men are frequently seen in the deserts of Africa who can vanish in an instant. Crates of Pergamus records that some of the troglodytes,
Visible men.
cave dwellers who live beyond Ethiopia, are able to outrun a horse. He also claims that one of the Ethiopian tribes, known as the Serbatae, stand more than 8 cubits tall.
Quite possible. Quite possible. But I mean, some of these things obviously are mythological. But when it comes to the taller people and the inverted feet people who sit on Nephilim, funny. It's a good little laugh to end off with. Though.
There is a tribe of Ethiopian nomads who dwell about 20 days inland from the ocean called Menissimi, and they live on the milk of the animal which we call Xenocophalos, the dog-headed
Xenocophalos.
baboons. They rear large flocks of these creatures, but they kill all the males, except those required for breeding. South of Meroe, there is an island in the Nile belonging to the Sembritae, which is governed by a queen. Beyond this are the Sasambri, in whose country all the four-footed animals, even the elephants, have no ears. On the African
Oh,
side,
wow.
between the Nile and the Red Sea, the Temfani have a dog as their king, and guess his commands from his movements, a sacred animal. All the rest of this country is uninhabited, and beyond this territory, regions are purely imaginary. Towards the west are the Negroi, whose king is said to have only one eye,
We got a Cyclops. We got a Cyclops Pharaoh dude. Negroi King. Nice.
that is set in the middle of his forehead. Then there are the wild beast eaters, who live mainly on the flesh of panthers and lions. After them live the eat-alls, who devour everything. Next are the man-eaters, who consume human flesh, then the dog milkers, who have dogs' heads. The Artibidite are said to have 4 legs and rove around.
Oh, aye. Oh, aye. I mean, come on. Come on. He must be a runner and a half. I mean, he can pound over fences
Who
like a
needs
ninja.
hands?
What, babe?
Who needs hands when you got 4 feet?
Exactly. I mean, it's hard to punch someone, but at least you can kick them 4 times.
Dick.
Like wild animals. Then there are the Hesperioi and the Borossi, who are said to occupy the frontiers of Mauritania. Some of these people live only on locusts, dried by smoke and salted.
Yeah, better than what we got going now, yeah. These guys like living locusts. I wonder if John the Baptist was anything to do with these guys.
To preserve them for a year. These people do not generally live beyond the age of 40. There are also
I know that guy. That's all Billy Bob doing the street. Oh, Billy Boy. Nice.
true accounts that confirm females have become males.
Oh,
The Annals
what?
of Rome record that during the
No, you don't say. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. Surely not. Males becoming females? What? Seriously? I never heard of the likes.
consulship of Publius Licinius Crassus and Gaius Cassius Longinus, a girl at Casinum was changed into a boy. The parents observed this fact, and at the orders of the augurs, the child was conveyed to a deserted island. Licinius Mucianus has recorded that he personally saw a man named Orescon at Argos who had been given the female birth name Orescusa. Orescusa had actually married a husband,
And
but when she had grown a beard and developed masculine attributes, he had taken another wife. Mucianus also saw a boy at Smyrna who had been through the same process. When I was in Africa, I actually saw a person who had been turned into a male on the day of their marriage to a husband. This was Lucius Constitius, a citizen of Thysdritum. After we have passed the Caspian Sea and the Scythian Ocean, our course takes an easterly direction. Here are the abodes of the Scythian anthropophagi, who feed on humans.
alright. He's munching on a human leg. Oh, fair play to him. Fair play to him. It's better than having a pork chop. Pork chops are small, but you munch on a human leg, you'll get a good bit of eating going, you know. Fair play.
Human flesh. Hence it is that all around them consists of vast deserts, inhabited by
exactly.
multitudes of wild beasts, which continually lying in wait, ready to fall upon human beings just as savage as themselves. After leaving these, we again come to a nation of the Scythians, and then again to desert tracts occupied by wild beasts. It is not, however, before we have traversed very nearly one half of the coast that looks towards the northeast that we find it occupied by inhabitants. The first people that are known of here are the Seres, so famous for the wool that is found in their forests. After steeping it in water,
That's true though, Baz, isn't it? That's true. What's with Greeks and Romans living balls and cross-set crap? It's true. It's true, man. They were all into that stuff. It's crazy. I don't know why. Why would you want to do that? You know? Especially when they didn't they tried to treat the women like second class citizens anyway. So why would you want to be like them? You know? If you treat them like that. It's silly. It's perverted, that's what it is.
they comb off a white down that adheres to the leaves, and then to the females of their part of the world, they give the twofold task of unraveling their textures and of weaving the threads afresh. So manifold is the labour, and so distant are the regions which are thus ransacked, to supply a dress through which our ladies may in public display their charms.
All over.
The Seres are of inoffensive manners, bearing a strong resemblance therein to all savage nations. They shun all intercourse with the rest of mankind, and await the approach of those who wish to traffic with them. But now I will describe other animals, beginning with land creatures. The elephant is the largest of them, with an intelligence that is close to that of man. It understands the language of its country, it obeys commands, and it remembers all the tasks it...
Elephants do that anyway. They obey commands. They do tasks through them commands. Nothing unusual about that.
is taught. It can also comprehend love and glory more than most men. It possesses notions of honesty, forethought, and fairness. The animal also has a religious respect for the stars, and it venerates the sun and moon. Inland from the deserts of Syrtes and in Mauritania,
I look like a lot of anti-flat earthers.
Just what do you think about what Elon Musk do with his, how it's called?
Are you using that crap, Mike?
You know what Elon Musk is doing, this chip in the brain, how it's calling?
No idea what you're saying, dude.
You know Elon Musk, yes?
Elon Musk, yeah.
Yeah, he do this Neuralink. It's like a chip in the brain.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. What about it?
Yeah.
Neuralink.
Neuralink. Maybe this is like the mark.
Oh, nah. I mean, it's all a big part of it, but I don't think that's the mark because, like I say, it'll be the right hand or the forehead. I mean, it's getting there. It's all big part of it. This is a way for like demonic possession, but I wouldn't say that's the mark itself. No.
No, but I really find this really cruel. You know what they're doing, getting control over the brains. You know. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Africa produces elephants, but India produces the largest elephants along with dragons. These dragons are continuously at war with elephants, and due to their vast size, they can easily encircle them with their coils. This context...
Trisexuals, try anything once. Oh, what, you idiot. Put it back to the bloody start. Hey, do that when I try to play it again. Where was I? Oh, yeah, there's the leg muncher. Go past that. Then we get past this. Yeah, we got past that. There we go, about here. It was the elephant, wasn't it? Hold on, the effalump. Yeah, the effalump. There we go.
Men. It possesses notions of honesty, forethought, and fairness. The animal also has a religious respect for the stars, and it venerates the sun and moon. Inland from the deserts of Syrtes and in Mauritania, Africa produces elephants, but India produces the largest elephants along with dragons. These dragons are continuously at war with elephants, and due to their vast size, they can easily encircle them with their coils. This contest is fatal to both creatures, since the dead elephant will fall to the ground and with its vast bulk crush the dragon entwined around its body. Every animal exhibits a keen perception and forethought for its own advantage, but these qualities are remarkably advanced in the dragon. This creature endures many difficulties. It will slowly climb to a vast height in the trees overlooking the road. Then, when it senses footsteps, it will suddenly drop down to catch, then consume its victim. The elephant knows that it cannot break free from the coils of the dragon, so it searches for trees or rocks against which it can scrub itself free. But the dragon is aware of this and tries to confine the legs of the elephant with the powerful sinews of its tail. Meanwhile, the elephant tries to disentangle itself with its trunk, but the dragon thrusts its head into the nostrils of the trunk, wounding a vital part of its opponent and causing the elephant to suffocate. Indeed, if a dragon is surprised, it will raise itself up, face its opponent, and strike for the eyes. This is the reason why many elephants are so often found blind. The poor creatures
Sounds like your regular scrap on a Friday night after the pub. You know what I mean? Go for the eyes.
will wander about in hunger and hardship until they are reduced to skeletal forms. Why does nature create such mighty strife and conflict? Perhaps it is only for the spectacle of seeing such vast opponents in combat against one another.
Well, nature doesn't create them because this is mythological.
Also dragons in Ethiopia, They are generally smaller, being only 20 cubits long. This is not surprising, but it is strange that Juba thought that Ethiopian dragons had crests. The Ethiopians call these creatures Asakiai, and they can be seen on the coast.
So they got crests, like Jim Annis's pigeons got crests on their head. So dragons and pigeons, through evolution, are related, Jim. Brilliant, brilliant.
Coiled and twisted together into clusters like wickerwork. When 4 or 5 dragons weave themselves into this structure, they embark upon the sea, stretching their heads above the water. The tide then takes them across the sea to Arabia, where they find better nourishment.
So dragons tie themselves together and make themselves into a raft. Got you. And then they just breathe fire, and then it'll just blast them across there, like a rocket ship on the water. Hydroplaning. Just hydroplaning all the way across. Hey, good word. Hydroplaning.
In Mexico, they had also an animal called, how they was calling it. It was also a weird animal.
Okay. Yeah. The
It's a
mythological
story.
creature. Yeah.
There's also a reptile called the basilisk that has the ability to kill men with a single glance. This creature, which inhabits Cyrene, is barely 12 inches long, with a distinctive white
What you have never seen? What? You have never seen an elephant and dragon fight? No, never before, but I have now.
spot on its head that resembles a crown. Whenever it hisses, all the other serpents flee. It does not crawl on its belly like other reptiles.
That's it. Dragon rafting is the best. Just call it dragon hydroplaning. Since it's a flat earth going over a level sea, you know what I mean? Hydroplaning. Dragon rafting, hydroplaning. Dragon rafting. DR hydroplaning. Yeah, that's the one. Drag planing. Drag planing.
Basilisk stands upright, with only the lower part of its body touching the ground. It destroys all foliage that it touches or breathes upon. Its poisonous presence desiccates grass and splits apart stones.
It's got a body like a brain. No, it's actually got a body like a bit like a face hugger from No, it's actually, it reminds me of a Dalek. What a Dalek looks like inside of a Dalek's inside of the metal container. That's what a Dalek looks like. Doctor Who.
It is said that if a man on horseback were to kill one of these animals with a spear, the poison would race up the weapon and instantly kill him and his mount. But the smell of a weasel is fatal to this monster, and the following method of destroying them has been...
The smell of a weasel is fatal to anybody. Especially if it stinks like a skunk. Nah. Weasels, seen a few weasels. They look cute. They kind of got like cat-type faces, but yeah, then they hiss at you.
tried with success. Their underground passages are detected by the condition of surrounding foliage. A weasel is thrown into the hole, destroying the basilisk by its scent, but dying in this struggle of nature against itself. The slain bodies of basilisks have been brought to royal authorities for inspection, so it seems that nature has contrived to give every poison its own particular antidote and countermeasure. Now, Ethiopia produces not only numerous lynxes, but also the Sphinx. This creature has brown hair and 2 mammary glands. Ethiopia has monkeys with black faces, donkey-like hair, and a voice unlike any other animal. The country also has oxen, like the beasts of India, except they have 1 horn or sometimes 3. Indeed, Ethiopia is inhabited by many other monstrous animals, including horses with wings, which sometimes have horns. They are called Pegasi. There is also the Leokrukota, a wild beast with extraordinary swiftness. It is the size of a wild donkey, with the legs of a stag and cloven hooves.
That'll do, donkey, that'll do.
But its neck, tail, and chest are lion-like. Its head is the shape of a badger's snout, but its mouth is hinged to split open as far as its ears. Its jaws are formed.
Ooh, big old jaws, man, so you can fit a whole head in there, man. Crazy stuff.
formed by a single serrated bone rather than individual teeth, and it is said this animal can also imitate the human voice. Ethiopia also possesses an animal called the Yale. It is the size of a hippo, but is black or brown in color and has the tail of an elephant. The Yale has jaws like a wild boar and movable horns that are a cubit long. It can change the direction of these horns in combat to point forward or sideways to always face an opponent. Theseus describes another animal found in Ethiopia, which he calls the manticore. The manticore has a triple row of...
Oh, dude. Isn't that a beautiful looking creature? Wow, man. Wow. Nice touch. Nice touch. Yeah.
Teeth that converge like a comb. It has the face and ears of a man, but its eyes are blue, and its skin is blood red. It has the body of a lion and a tail ending in a scorpion's sting. The voice of a manticore sounds like a combination between a flute and a trumpet. It is also incredibly sweet.
Yeah, definitely, Derek. Dragons are in scripture, which is true. Though they're supposed to be sea-dwelling creatures, even so, I don't think anyone has seen a dragon in a very long time. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I agree with that.
Swift and enjoys feeding on human flesh. Juba records that Ethiopian manticores also have the ability to...
Wow, look. We got a Jesus-looking, I don't know, chest of a black bird with the body of a panther or something. What's this, Jesus panther bird? Wow.
imitate human speech. In the country of the Western Ethiopians, there is a river named Nigris, which is said to flow into the Nile. A wild beast called the catoblepas lives where this river emerges from the ground. The animal is of moderate size, with slow-moving limbs and a heavy head. Consequently, it struggles to look upward, so it
Dr. Bose, good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
walks around with its head bent forward, looking down. Indeed, this is fortunate because the catoblepas has the power to destroy mankind. Anyone who looks into his eyes will immediately drop down to the ground dead. In India, there are livestock with solid hooves and a single horn, unicorns. There is also a wild beast called the axin that has fur like a fawn, but it is white with numerous pale markings. This animal is thought to be sacred to the god Bacchus. An Indian people called the Orseans hunt an ape with white hair and a very fierce animal called the monoceros. The monoceros has the body of a horse instead of a stag, feet of an elephant and tail of a boar. It makes a deep lowing noise and a single black horn 2 cubits long.
2 cubits long. Look at the direction. I mean, look at the angle of this horn. I mean, come on. He bends down to drink some water. He's going to trip over himself. Or to eat some grass. He's going to trip over himself. And why is it at the other side of his ear? Why is it not in the middle of his napper?
Projects from the middle of its forehead. It is said that this wild animal can never be captured alive.
Can never be captured alive.
It is a well-known fact that during the Punic War, a serpent 120 feet long was captured by the Roman army at the river Bagrada, near Carthage in 255 BC. Marcus Attilius Regulus attacked the creature like he was besieging a fortress, pounding it with ballistae and other war engines. Its skin and jaws were preserved in a temple at Rome until the Numantine War in 154 BC. Indeed, the serpents seen in Rome in current times make these accounts seem credible. The creatures known as boa can grow to a vast size, even in Italy. One of these boa was killed on the Vatican Hill during the reign of the Emperor Claudius, and an entire child was found in its stomach. The Indian Ocean contains the largest number of sea animals, including the largest creatures in existence. There are whales 3 acres in size and sharks 12 cubits long. The lobsters in these seas grow to 6 feet, and the eels in the Ganges can reach 30 feet.
6-foot lobsters, eh? Wow, man. I'd be scared of that. I'd be scared of that.
Feet in length. When Alexander the Great saw these creatures, he assembled his fleet in a battle line to engage them as though they were hostile.
They're always exaggerating the horn size. Yeah, don't they all? Aren't they all?
Navy. It seemed impossible to escape them by any other means, for warning shouts, loud noises, and other uproars had no effect. Only a violent collision, a strike from the prow of a ship, would rout these incoming creatures. Other accounts come from the admirals who served in the fleets of Alexander the Great. They record how the Gedrosi, who lived by the Arabis River, used the jaws of giant sea creatures to make their doorways. They also used the bones of these monsters as roof beams for their homes. Many of these creatures were 60 foot long.
That makes
Large
sense.
creatures resembling sheep also come ashore on that coast. They graze on the roots of bushes before returning to the sea. Some of these creatures have the heads of horses, others like donkeys or bulls, and they consume the crops on the shore. I cannot describe the orca as anything other than an enormous mass of flesh armed with teeth. Recently, an orca was seen in the port of Ostia, where it was killed by the Emperor Claudius himself. This occurred when the emperor was building the new harbour. A ship was coming from Gaul with a cargo of animal skins. It was overturned near the construction site, for the orca was attracted by the decomposing hides and fed for several days until it was glutted. It lounged about in the shallows until, while pursuing prey, it became trapped by a sandbank. The creature therefore found it impossible to retreat, and it came closer to the shore until its back was seen above the water. It looked like the keel of a vessel turned upside down. Claudius ordered a great number of nets to be extended across the entrance of the harbour from shore to shore. Then he appeared with the Praetorian cohorts to present the assembled Roman people with a remarkable spectacle. His boats assailed the monster, while soldiers on board hurled lances at the creature. I myself saw one of the boats sunk by the waterspout, which the animal showered down upon it.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. That's that one done. That was just for fun, because that's what I was going to do. I was going to watch it when I was with Dylan last night, the cartoon one and that one, but we'll do the cartoon one tomorrow. But I do want to actually quickly go through. I just noticed that Joe from F-Dubs put a 60-minute video up about This Is Impossible, something to do with stars and stuff like that from Scripture. So I'm just downloading it now. We can quickly watch it. I won't comment too much through it, just so we get through it. Yes?
I'll be listening, but I've got these things to put on the wall.
All right, babe, no problem. I'm not gonna be talking too much through it. It's 60 minutes long because I want to get finished. But I just seen it and I thought, yeah, why not? Why not? We'll just go through it because I won't be long, babe. I'm just downloading it now. It'll take
because I got that lion's head and the rabbit to go with the stab. I'm gonna put them up. Love you.
Love you too, baby.
Bye.
I'm just waiting for it to that. It's downloaded now. Just give it a second. I like to do it on things, so yeah. I mean, I will comment, but I just thought, yeah, why not? It's not often I do some flat earth stuff on my channel. Well, I do, but I mean, it's usually scriptural stuff, so why not? We'll get a bit of effed up in there, right? Just waiting for it to download. Like I say, it says it's got a minute left. It'll be downloaded before that, though. But let me just get the link for it, so you guys can watch it independently if need be. Or hey Fudge Hacks, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I'm just gonna do one more video. I was just gonna finish up there, but I'll do one more video. This one that F-Dub's put up, Joe. Flats will be on in 2.5 hours as well. He hasn't put anything up yet, but if he does, I will put it up for you guys. Right, nearly done. Nearly done. And blast off. There we go. Let me just quickly see if Flats has put anything up yet. No, not yet. So, but if he does while we're still live, I will put it up there. Right. Done. Right. Let's do it. Right. So this is Joe. It's just titled "This Is Impossible." Joe from F-Dub World.
Something. This is important. It really is. So in Enoch chapter 57, I'm going to say that he sees rocket ships with big engines like we have today. But let's read it, just the first verse here. And it came to pass after this that I saw another host of wagons and men riding thereon, and coming on the winds from the east and from the west to the south. Okay, so we have, I just want to go over this. So I got out the dry erase board. So there was he saw another host of, what did he say, wagons or chariots in some other versions, I guess. So I drew a chariot, and then it said, and there was men riding on them. So I drew a guy on there and said they were coming on the winds. That means they were flying. So I kind of drew him like he's flying, right? And this is something that Enoch taught me. Okay, that red dome there, that's kind of like the firmament, okay? And everywhere around, let's say you're in the center down here. This is you. This is any one of us. But the ground beneath us is stationary. And when we look up at the heavens, we can see that they're slowly turning.
Yeah.
And
Certainly can.
that is an observation that should be made if a person wants to understand things to come and some of the nature of reality that we've not understood. But Enoch chapter 18, he says that he saw the treasuries of all the winds. And let's go look at that. Sorry, I'm over at the shop and I got a messy thing going on here.
I like Job. I mean, he does. I mean, he's got some. Some people might think mad ideas about end times and what it says in scripture, and that. But I like listening to him because his ideas do make sense, you know, to me sometimes, and it's good. I like his mind, and he's always about the truth. He's always about the truth. So yeah, when he puts little things out like this, I like to watch him. So I just noticed it there, and I thought, yeah, why not? We'll do something. I mean, I know it's not directly, but well, it kind of is, but it's not like about the ground at the minute. It's all about the skies.
But this came to my mind. So look at this.
Sorry?
Was a nice show, you know, so everybody check it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I read this so much, this page even came out. Okay, so he says, I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw how he had furnished with them the whole creation and the firm foundations of the earth. So he's talking about the treasuries of all the winds. And he said he had furnished with them, with the winds, obviously, the whole creation and the firm foundations of the earth. So this is saying that the winds make up the foundation of the earth. And look what it backs it up here. It says, and I saw the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the four winds which bear the earth and the firmament of the heaven.
Okay.
When you bear something, you support it or you hold it up.
You do.
That is what so it's saying. I saw the four winds doing that. They were holding up the earth and the firmament of the heaven. And I saw how the winds stretch out the vaults of heaven. So that would be like maybe that would be the first vault of heaven, like the first heaven, you know.
Sorry?
And maybe the water, what he divides the water from below to above. So maybe the winds are also carrying the water.
Okay.
You got me?
Okay. Got ya.
The firmament. Says, and I saw how the winds stretch out the vaults of heaven and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of the heaven.
Yeah.
So somewhere up there, there's pillars of the heaven. They're different than the foundations of the earth.
Right.
He says, I saw the winds of heaven which turn and bring the circumference of the sun and all the stars to their setting. So just as we see in reality, with the stationary ground beneath us, when we look up at the night sky, we see the stars going east to west. And that's what it looks like they're doing. It looks like they're going over us like that. And it doesn't matter who you are or where you are, you're going to experience that. But what Enoch is saying that is he's saying that's the four winds of heaven, as if it's a medium or an ether or something. I saw the winds of heaven which turn and bring the circumference of the sun and the stars to their setting. So the winds on the earth, the four winds, that's what men would fly chariots through, right?
Yeah.
It says, I saw the winds on the earth carrying the clouds. See, the winds on the earth they're moving a little maybe, because they're carrying the clouds and the clouds move around. But what I'm pointing out is there's a difference between the winds of heaven and the winds on the earth.
Yes.
It says, I saw the path of the...
Sorry, Chris.
No, I understand him. I followed him. I don't know.
I got you.
angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heaven above. Oops, we got a low battery sign there. Okay. Okay, this is crazy because the four winds, like when they're going in their little rocket ships and they're going up and they're basically going as fast as they can right into those four winds of heaven. And the reason why this to me is important is because, sorry about the big mess here. I'm just at the shop and the machine, my dad's running stuff on the machine right now. So we need to go to the chapter I was just in. I should have saved that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this next page. Okay. Let's go back to this. Okay, so he saw the wagons with men riding on them. Why do I think they're rockets? Well, for one, they're coming on the wind, so they're flying. But it says the noise of their wagons was heard. And when this turmoil took place, the holy ones from heaven remarked it. And the pillars of the earth were moved from their place. And the sound thereof was heard from one end of the heaven to the other in one day. Let me ask you. With all this information and the sound of the chariots, do you know when they launch a rocket, no one can be closer than a few miles away from it, or it'll...
Because of the really, because the volume, pure volume of how they sound, it's, wow, yeah.
literally kill you.
Back,
This-
just a little bit.
What?
Can you just go a little bit back in the video?
Why go? Do you have to keep using that mic? That mic's awful. The mic that you had last night when you came back on was good. I don't know why you keep using that mic. It's pretty
This is
awful.
my laptop, you know.
Yeah,
It's
it's just
burning.
hot. You need to get a new mic for it. It's awful. Right, but how far back?
Okay, I will check it out. Could
Yeah.
you just go back 5 minutes on the video, please?
And the sound of the chariots, do you know when they launch a rocket, no one can be...
How far back? That far? Or further?
Perfect.
Oh. How far?
5 minutes or so.
5 minutes. I'm not going back 5 minutes.
3
no.
minutes, or 3 or 2 minutes.
2 minutes? No. I'm not going that far back. No. I've got to get finished. I'm not going back 5 minutes.
Okay.
No,
No
I'm not
problem.
going that
It's
far
okay,
back.
it's
That's easy to work. No, I've been on 3 hours. I'm not going back 5 minutes. 5 minutes is back to the
No,
start of the
I'm going
video.
2 minutes. Or just 2
Listen.
minutes.
Listen, if I go back 5 minutes, that's the beginning of the video again. No.
Okay, no, understood.
closer
Okay.
than a few miles away from it, or it'll literally kill you.
Sorry, but
The
no.
sound that a rocket makes is nothing like any other sound. It's one of the loudest sounds that...
Yeah, I've put the link in chat. You can watch it yourself later, Chris. I'll put the link in for you. I've already put it in, but I'll put it in so you can watch it yourself.
men, well, for sure one of the loudest sounds men have ever created. But so when they're going up into those winds, they're going to cause the pillars of the earth to move out of their place. That's what it said. And what did we just learn are the pillars of the earth? They are the four winds.
Yeah, it's a private chat.
This makes sense to me.
Perfect.
The holy ones from heaven remarked it. They'd be up here somewhere in the heavens looking down. and the holy ones remarked it. Let me show you one other thing. Okay. This is a different part here, but it's kind of crazy. Okay, where are they? Right here. In the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, in the life of Enoch, in that parable, I saw how a mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake. Didn't we just read about that, you guys? I saw how a mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake, and the host of the Most High and the angels, 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, were disquieted with a great disquiet. They're all nervous because of this great quaking. And Enoch, it says, and the head of days sat on the throne of his glory, and the angels and the righteous stood around him. And a great trembling seized me, and fear took hold of me, and my loins gave way, and dissolved were my reins, and I fell upon my face. And Michael sent another angel from among the holy ones, and he raised me up. And when he had raised me up, my spirit returned, for I had not been able to endure the look of this host, and the commotion and the quaking of the heaven. So then Michael's asking him why he's so nervous about this dream, or this vision. And he says, you see, Enoch, he says that this is the last day of the Lord's long suffering. Where is that? Until this day lasted the day of his mercy, and he hath been merciful and long-suffering towards those who dwell on the earth. And when the day and the power and the punishment and the judgment come, which the Lord of spirits hath prepared for those who worship not the righteous law, and for those who deny the righteous judgment, and for those who take his name in vain, that day is prepared for the elect a covenant, but for sinners inquisition. That's judgment day, you guys. When the punishment of the Lord of spirits shall rest upon them, it shall rest in order that the punishment of the Lord of spirits may not come in vain, and it shall slay the children with their mothers and the children with their fathers. Afterwards, the judgment shall take place according to his mercy and his patience. Okay, this is one thing that I don't think that we should take the position where we understand everything. Because I think that a lot of the things, because that sounds weird right there. If you are a normal person like I feel like I am, when he says, and it shall slay the children with their mothers and the children with their fathers. That to me is probably not talking about like bloody death. I think that's talking about spiritual death. Let me show you why. The people that they take great interest in this world and the things in it, well, they're deceived. But when they do that, I want to show you what it's in 67. Where's that? Is that right here? No. Let's see. Give me a moment here. I can't remember exactly which chapter it is in. I will. Okay, what is LX3? Is that 63? In those days the mighty and kingdom. Okay. Maybe it's the next chapter. No. Okay. Oh, it's 67. So it's 67. Okay, yeah, right here. Look at this. It's talking about the kings and the mighty and the exalted. And I think it's talking about the space station and all the experiments they do there to like make stem cells and all the whatever they're doing. I don't even know. Because it advances health or, medical technology or whatever it has or whatever. But where does it say this? It gives a reason why they're going to have a spiritual death. Because they choose it. They choose it. Where is it? Sorry, guys, I haven't been in here.
I like Joe's understanding of the Bible sometimes. I like this, how he does go into it, but he doesn't like it overtake him. You know what I mean? But he really does go deep sometimes.
For a while. Right here. Let's look at verse 8. But those waters shall in those days serve for the kings and the mighty and the exalted. I think it's talking about the dark waters above, you guys. What we call space. A vacuum. But it's not a vacuum. It's darkness. But it says, but those waters shall in those days serve for the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth for the healing of the body, but for the punishment of the spirit. Now their spirit is full of lust, that they may be punished in their body, for they have denied the Lord of spirits and see their punishment daily, and yet believe not in his name and in proportion. Okay, where is that? Because, yeah, right here. For judgment shall come upon them because they believe in the lust of their body and deny the Spirit of the Lord.
Sound like God.
There is a God, and we're subject to him.
Absolutely.
But anyway, the things that we're building, are going to move the pillars of the earth out of their place. And that causes, as far as I can comprehend, the sky rolls back like a scroll.
Like a scroll, yeah, he's right. Scroll. It makes, I mean, yeah, I see where it's coming from, yeah.
Rolls up like a scroll, and the firmament changes, and it's bad things happen, and the stars fall from...
Stars fall, and like it says, the earth will be moved from its pillars. So does that not show that we're stationary all the time? If at the end is not just stationary, like it's said in the Bible, that's not just proof of it. That's proof of it from Enoch, like saying this, it's going to be moved from the pillars. The pillars are going to break down or whatever. So that's another thing to say it's stationary, because it's going to be then broken down from its stationary fixed position. Well, not position, but what's holding it steady, you know?
Yeah.
Like figs from a tree. Yeah. So here's where I'm at. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like a back room we have. Well, it's not really a back. It's a shop. It's the shop. But it's got 2 floors. I'm up on the 2nd floor, which is really nice and carpeted and everything. I was back over there. There's my dry erase board. And it's really dusty in here. Okay, fine. I'll show you. I'll show you what.
Go ahead, Joe. Show it.
We've been working right, or what we've been right above this whole time. We're working right now, or someone is working right now. But this is happening right now. How's it going? You just got to give me the thumbs up.
Wow. Doesn't he look like his dad? If that's his dad, he looks like his dad.
I was just making a video.
Bumpy, I was just looking for...
Yep. Cool. Okay, we'll go up here too. This is like a cool place here. Where's the cat? We have a cat now. He's probably sleeping somewhere. I don't know where he's at. So there we are. Now we're out here again. Pretty wild, huh?
Nice. No, I like what you said.
Yeah. So this kind of stuff, although it's what we do as people, there's more important things to try to comprehend and to prepare for. Just think about that.
Yeah.
It's an intense thing that I don't think any one of us can imagine happening, that the sky changes in a way pretty much all at once, that the whole world sees at once. That's one day it's going to happen. And if you want to be really intimidated by what's coming in the future, start researching what Elon Musk is doing with Starship. Start studying the Raptor engine and some of the things that they're doing. It's craziness. And it's going to bring destruction upon this earth, as far as I can understand through the prophets, that they saw this already. All right, have a good day.
No, you're not full of shit, Derek. Far from full of shit. I wouldn't trust any of the world leaders, Trump, any of them. Yep, we're done. We're done. Got to play out with the music now. Leave Harry Mack for tomorrow. I'll play out with Mr. Chiswick first, then Mr. Superside right now. I'll keep the Harry Mack for tomorrow.
Nice. On 3 hours live stream.
3, yeah, I know.
Really.
All good, bro. It's all good. So we'll do Deeply Dippy. My sight right side bed, but by Mr. Chiswick first. There we go.
Deeply dippy about the curves you got. Deeply hot for the curves you got. Deeply dippy about the fun we had. Deeply mad for the fun we've had. Oh my love, I can't make head nor tail of passion. Oh my love, let's set sail for the seas of passion now. Deeply dippy about the way you walk, our contact sport, let the neighbors talk. Deeply dippy, I'm your Superman. I'll explain, you're my lowest lane. Oh my love, I can't make head nor tail of passion. Oh my love, let's set sail for seas of passion now. About your Spanish eyes, Sierra smile, legs that go on for miles and miles. Oh, see those legs, baby, miles and miles. I said, oh, my love, I can't make head nor tail of passion. Oh, my love, let's set sail for seas of passion. Oh, my love, I can't make head nor tail of passion. Oh, my love, let's set sail for seas of passion now.
Yeah, nice song you muted.
Nice one, the Chezza. Nice one, Chezzy. Yeah, I was muted. I forgot. I seen that for a sec. Nice one, Chez. Yeah, I was just saying, dude. Yeah, my laptop used to get hot and it used to cut out. But what about using the? What about the mic on your camera? Can't you use that? What about it's not expensive for a new. I mean, the microphone I'm using now from Amazon is $12.99. $12.99. So in euros, it's probably about the same in euros. Maybe about $14.99 euros.
Yeah.
But it's not expensive. I mean, well, next time I get paid, dude, if you give me your address, I'll send you a mic, dude. I'll send you a mic. I'll buy you a mic if it comes to it, because it's ridiculous. Because the mic that you're using on your computer, like the computer's got the power, like you said, but the mic is rubbish. So solve that. You just need to get a mic for that computer, because I don't mind buying you it when I've got money, because if you come on, there's no point in even doing your streams with that mic, because nobody can hear you.
No.
Doesn't matter what language you talk. You're either too low, too loud, or it's just distorted all over the place. No one can hear what you're saying. So I will buy you a mic. I'll buy you a mic if it comes to it. But you'll have to give me your address. You'll have to give me your address, but not yet. It'll have to be a few weeks away. But anyway, dude, I'm gonna have to play out with Mr. Super Sidewinder. But yeah, let's go.
Detect no curvature at all, except the sick chick I just saw at the mall. Back in high school, I sold drugs in the hall. Now I slang knowledge, so listen up, y'all. When it rains in the salt plastic creates a reflection, a perfect mirror with optical detection. Natural ladies giving me an erection. I ain't worried about your man, cause I don't mind flexing. We got laser tests, just out of taboo conspiracy. Nations of the realm, they committing heresy. But the time has come now to open mind. Planting seeds of change when I spit these rhymes. Let's go.
I'm tying up the loosening ends. Ray, you said you were retired and you're already producing again. This is why I always lose and I win, and I start where I choose to begin. As the mark as a stomach, no ego. I hit you with a blunt or two, get you where you wanna go. Wanna call up Kubrick to fake the moon landing? It's gonna take planning, technology advancing, on and off like a light switch. Money's tighter than a vice grip, I'm flyer than a light ship. Man, chicken stinks. I'll come at you with everything under the kitchen sink. I like tobacco products, I scrap and rap a lotta. Fresh to death, nevertheless my lungs are black like Aunt your mama. Hand me marijuana, wearing pant pajamas. Earth is flat, as a matter of fact, debate me if you wanna.
That stuff is flat.
We
Run the dance hall. When
no see the curve at all. That's why the Rasta man, yeah, I run the dance hall from coast to coast. You know it's the most, rocking it down like I'm cooking the French toast. When I was a kid, I used to shop at Toys R Us, but now I'm on this track with Boston Ray and Russ, spreading the truth from coast to coast, just like the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. I got no time for you to master your debate. I just know that there ain't no curve except for the one that's on my plate. No curve can be detected from up in a plane, and you know it's insane when you wanna come and test me. Well, I know it's true. Rasta man, Andre, come for you. The chainsaw, run! I get it done. Burn Babylon, cause I'm #1. So here we go. Gonna bust up my flow. Rasta man, yeah, we run the stage show. Cause when I was a kid, I used to shop Toys R Us. Then later on, I bought the Domo bus, a Volkswagen 1970, true. Yeah, West Philly, yeah, we rocked it for crew. Went from coast to coast, but I sold that too, cause I needed the money, what you wanna do. But it's funny how the things change, and how your mind derange, and everything full circle, we keeping it real. Now I rock it out with my bat Lucille, and you can't stop me, no matter how you try, cause every day I be celebrating 4th of July, never gonna die.
There we go. Nice. Nice one, Mr. Super Sidewinder and True Kings. Flats has put the stream out, so it's the bad man responds and runs away. Right, there we go. So Flats' link for tonight, guys. Just getting that up now.
Yes.
He will be on in 2 hours' time. 2 hours on the dot. Flats' link for later. There you go, guys. There's Flats' link. And I will see you on Flats'. And if I don't see you on Flats', I'll see you guys tomorrow. Nice one, guys, for being here. Bless you. Thanks to everybody who's on the panel. Ta-ra, guys. Bless you. No problem.
Bye-bye.
Here the sunset's free. It's free. Indeed. Ta-ra.